You have reached the public service. Ask yourself one question. Are you a taker or a maker? As with any situation in life, is your situation taking or making you happy? This is the Public Service Show, and I'm Sandra.
And I'm Kirk.
And tonight, we are going to do some dramatic scenes that could or may not be something that you've experienced as a woman, a child, a little girl. So bear with us and follow along with our written script.
All right.
Go ahead.
This show, it's about and for the victims of the Epstein files. We believe that there's a very large swath of people out there who simply can't visualize the abuse because it's just not something that's ever been in their world or has ever happened to them. So we're going to try and paint this picture here with this dramatization. So here we go. Okay. Envision this. I'm a grown man, some 56 years old, and I'm French kissing a 5-year-old. Is this something you would accept?
I'm the 5-year-old. I'm scared because he's holding me tight and putting his tongue in my mouth. And all I want is my daddy and mommy.
How old are you, little lady? 7? Oh, that's my lucky number. Come over here. Sit on my lap. Wait, let me take my underwear off.
I don't want to touch that. I don't know what that is. I want to go home.
Do you want to see something cool? First, let me turn the lights off. So much better in the dark. When I was 9, I used to play baseball, but I'm going to teach you another game.
I'm afraid of the dark. I don't want you to touch me there. Help me, Mommy.
1 and 1 makes 2. 11 is a really good number for what we're going to do in my jacuzzi. Take all your clothes off, because that's the only way ever to go into a jacuzzi.
Please stop touching me there. That hurts really bad. I don't want to swim anymore. Where are my clothes? You slapped me. He almost drowned me, and now I'm hurt so bad.
Would you rub my shoulders for a little while? That feels so good. Let me reward you with a massage. Lay on the bed face up, and I will make you feel so good. I love 13-year-old little girls because you're so sweet.
I'm bleeding. I can barely walk. How am I going to tell my parents when he said he would kill them if I did? I need help. I'm scared to tell anyone.
So, you're a cheerleader. How old are you? 15? Nice. So I'm going to ask you to do 6 cheers for me. And after each one, I want you to take off a piece of clothing. And after all your clothes are off, I'm going to show you what men do with cheerleaders. I'm going to give you the biggest hurrah you've ever had.
I feel nasty and dirty. I can still feel his nasty tongue on my neck while he was hurting me. Not even my tears and screams would stop him. He just covered my mouth with his hand and kept on going on me. I'm never going back to his house or even his block.
Would you like a drink? I won't tell anyone if you have a drink. At 17, just take a few sips, and trust me, you'll love it. Good, now that you're relaxed, let's go to my bedroom. We're going to pretend that it's graduation night and it's party down. You are so lucky that I'm so good at this. You'll be back for more, I know you will.
I'm bruised everywhere and I hurt in places that I've never felt pain before. I wish that I could have fought harder to keep him off of me. This is my fault because I trusted him and he hurt me. I hate him. I hate men. I will never let another man touch me again. They can all die. That is just a dramatic interpretation of what could and probably has happened to a lot of children around the world.
Yeah.
We have children of our own and tremendous empathy. He and I can't even imagine
Just can't.
the damage that is emotional and physical and stays with you forever. That should not be an interaction with an adult for a child. That is not and should never be a child's experience. So, having said that, we are going to talk about the 7 deadly sins. And there are 7 of them.
Yeah.
And we're going to start with sloth.
Sloth. Oh boy, sloth. Current generation? Oh, sorry, I did actually not mean to say that, because it isn't everybody from any one generation, but boy, I'll tell you what, laziness is on the rise.
It is. And a lot of times, I mean, you all go to social media and everybody wants to be an influencer and be able to stay home and tell everybody how to live their lives. When 9 times out of 10, the advice that they give people isn't very sage
Yeah.
or realistic.
Yeah.
And there's times when everything is so expensive. So I'm telling you people to find what you love, as long as you're not hurting anybody, robbing from anybody, doing anything illegal.
Breaking the law, yep.
Yeah, doing
As long as
anything
you're on the
illegal.
up and up.
And you'll succeed where your lane is. That's your lane.
Yeah.
And I know it's so glamorous sitting at home and thinking that, oh, I just lay in bed and roll out over here and I'm influencing a whole bunch of people.
What exactly
But what are you influencing? And if somebody, and if everybody or nobody
Yeah. Yeah.
knows you, then how's that working for you?
Yeah, I would think that those are some pretty lonely people. I mean, you got to work. The whole world, since the world began, people work so that they can provide for themselves, provide for their families if they've got one, and to contribute.
Yeah.
It's kind of this whole theme. I mean, we have many themes, but a theme of nobody has gotten anywhere where they're at by themselves. No one. Everybody's had help for something, for this or whatever. And this thought that you're going to be the one to sit around at home and do nothing while everybody else is contributing, and that you're entitled to something, I mean, lazy. Just lazy.
So sloth is the reluctance to work or make effort. Laziness. That's the true definition of sloth.
Hello.
So, everybody is lazy from time to time. We all get tired.
Sure.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because life is demanding and can be tiresome. And
Because you're working hard.
It can suck the life out of you. Sure. And at other times it enriches you and empowers you and influences you in a positive way. So, having talked about laziness,
Okay, on to the next here.
Number 2 is gluttony.
Oh boy.
What is gluttony? Says Kirk.
Gluttony, the textbook definition would be habitual greed or excessive eating. So, that covers two very large segments of the population. Yeah, money grubbing people and fat people, I guess, fat, like not healthy. Now, I don't mean fat, like 600-pound fat. I mean anything above not healthy.
Right. But back to habitual greed.
Oh my God. Yeah, this is the big one. This is what's killing the world right now.
Now, to become habitually greedy means that you also have to lack empathy.
Oh, yes.
Because you cannot collect all of this wealth without having taken it from others who probably needed it. So,
Yep.
Gluttony is huge. That means that you can turn off all emotion, walk over the corpses that you leave behind that are starving because you needed more. And you needed more. And you needed more. And so all these bodies you leave behind, you feel nothing.
Yeah.
So I would say that habitual greed is the lack of empathy.
Yeah, I agree. Sorry.
And my cat
the Wonder
just
Cat just literally nailed it right with
my kitty just chimed in. Love you, sweetheart.
Yeah, I mean, and as I'm literally sitting here looking at our script, gluttony certainly feeds envy, because people are envious of others because they don't have whatever gluttonous things other people have, and so they envy. But envy we'll get into. What is this need for excess? How much money do you need? How many homes do you need? How many cars, planes, motorcycles, mega yachts? I mean, think about this. And I know it gets kicked around all over the place.
Yeah, stop there. You said think about this. That's what habitual greedy people don't do.
Yeah.
So as it came out of your mouth, I instantly thought to myself, they don't do that.
No.
They buy the next yacht, they buy the next mansion, and all of these people that contributed to their lifestyle are not even thought about.
No.
They don't think about that. Sorry to interrupt you, but
No.
that was the perfect segue for what they don't do.
Insult to injury, they then turn around and screw with the stock market so that they can make even more profit while screwing their employees even further, whatever. So, yes, these people who, just think about this. A very tiny fraction of people in this world, let's just say 4 people, could basically feed most of the countries just times over.
Stop. But they don't think about it.
No.
Back to what you said.
Yeah.
They don't think about it. And
Never
so
crosses
how
their
do they
mind.
amass all this? Because they don't think about it.
No.
So we're at an impasse here with these people. A complete impasse. Why? They don't think about it.
No. And then they spend all of their constructive time trying to convince other poor people that other poor people are the reason for their lot in life instead of the ones that are sitting there not paying their paycheck.
But only 20% of the people believe that.
Yeah.
The 80% know that they saw their super yacht drive by and that was their salary.
Yeah.
They saw their mansion and they knew that was part of their salary. They saw their Bentleys and all these other things and they know that's part of their salary that they're just not getting.
Yeah.
So, excessive eating sometimes is an eating disorder.
Yeah.
Emotional eating. So I'm not going to address that too much because we're all portly. Sometimes we eat when we're unhappy. Sometimes we eat when we're happy.
That's right.
And sometimes we eat just because. So
I like
there's
the just because.
I do. I love the just because. And that's okay. As long as you don't have to take everybody else's food to do it and you're only eating your own. I'm going to leave that one alone and move on to envy.
Yes, please tell us what envy is.
Envy. The clinical definition of envy is a feeling of discontent or resentment, longing aroused by someone else's possessions, quality, or luck. So to me, that means a lot of things. That someone is looking outside of themselves instead of looking inside of themselves and cultivating their own specialities.
You don't know, the Kardashians owe me. I mean, they owe me.
Those girls are stunningly beautiful. I don't care what anybody
So many
says.
people envy those poor
I know
kids.
they do. And
they
I'm
just
like,
take a beating.
I know, but I just applaud them because they're the first. And, you know, I look at them and I'm like, aesthetically, they're all beautiful.
They're
I mean,
extraordinarily
their
pretty.
mom made beautiful children.
That is
and
a quality gene pool
yes.
from a looks standpoint.
Yes. I don't know them personally, so I can't say
comment too
how they
much.
are personally, but let's just talk about that, okay? They are envied.
Oh,
And
everybody
they're
envies
envied
them.
because they seem to have a pampered life.
Mm-hmm.
And there's nothing wrong with wishing that you have a pampered life. But we're all not in that station. We just don't have that station in life. We have to work to get what we want, and we have our pampered moments.
I also think that it's a bit over-glamorized as to how little they actually work when you hear some of them talk. And I mean, how would you feel if you had a camera up your nose literally 24/7?
And a business to run.
To me,
they
that's
all
work.
have their own businesses. So I don't know. I mean, they are all making cash on their own.
Yeah.
So bravo.
That's right.
Because in a society where women sometimes were not valued around the world,
Yeah.
they're out there hustling. And bravo to all of you. Okay?
Yeah, I take
And-
my hat off. Sandra works her keister off.
And he does too.
My mother worked,
My mother worked. My parents, both of my parents worked.
I just, the hard time that women get from a lot of men. Yeah, you guys need to step outside yourself and think about what you're saying and doing from time to time. It would serve everybody a whole lot better.
And do we really need to show our children so much excess? Because here's the thing, that creates a lot of
envy.
And because, mommy and daddy are working hard, but sometimes we can't afford to do some of the things. I want the children to look inside and cultivate their attributes, whatever they're good at. Cultivate that. Don't look outside of yourself for something that you don't have. Just use like a tap dancer, right? You watch a tap dancer and all of a sudden you can't do it, and then you hate him for that. Applaud him for that. You learn something.
What
You're like,
is that?
wow. But there probably is something that you can do that the tap dancer can't do. But they don't do that. Instead, they channel the hate to what they covet. And we need to learn to think differently about jealousy and envy. We need to not encourage people that are jealous or envious.
Yeah. I mean, teach your kids not to idolize, not to, that they have to have X, Y, or Z to be important in this world and to be important in their own lives, because they're not. They're living someone else's life, and at the end of the day, you come out of that feeling hollow, alone, lonely. You probably have messed up relationships because you just really don't know who you are.
You're judging yourself by somebody else's standards.
Yep. And
if you look at it like that, like
that's a great way of putting it.
Somebody else has a talent over here where people that are like, yay, like that's the coolest thing I ever saw. Other people go out and they try to do it, and when they can't, they hate the maker.
Yep.
So that's not what we want. And that's not what we instilled in our children. We instilled we want it. Nobody's perfect. We want for them to love themselves.
Yep.
That's all it kind of turns around to be. Just loving yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you we're going to move on from envy and move on to the next one.
Pride. Pride. You know, pride. Put a little pride in your stride. Take a little pride in who you are, what you do. Clinical definition from the Yeon Webster Dictionary of Truth. Pride, the quality of having an excessively high opinion of oneself or one's importance. Well. Now, there's something to be said for having you can have pride in something you've done. You can have pride in an accomplishment, which I guess is something you've done, but work, an accomplishment. There's nothing wrong with having pride and putting pride into your work and stuff. You feel good about what you've done. In many ways, I'm sure it benefits yourself and others. Taking pride in that is absolutely okay, however.
Now, you can take that too far. And instead of saying that you've done this, you said that you did everybody else's work too.
Oh, yeah.
So, excessive pride.
Wait a minute, wasn't there excessive in there?
Wait, hold on. That's not one of the 7 deadly sins.
Ooh, excessive eating. Okay, so excessive pride.
Or just saying that usually that goes along with you're better than everybody else kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And so wanting people to be jealous of you is a really kind of a sick kind of
other side of envy.
That's exactly right.
Now I'm going out of my way to make you envious, or
tell you things so that you're envious of. But to me, if you're trying to make someone envious of you, you also are creating an enemy. Because envy is a negative. Envy is somebody not liking you.
All coming from pride.
All coming from pride.
Okay. Pride translates, this is a great thing. I have the bigliest brain and only I can solve it. Talk about pride in oneself. Okay.
Well, I don't think that's the truth. I think the guy that was the smartest, Stephen Hawkins, is no longer with us.
Yeah.
But now there's some kind of astrophysicist.
Oh, yes.
That has taken over.
Tyson.
That has taken over the reins of being this
one of the
proven
people.
Smartest man.
Yeah.
He's proven. He doesn't run around saying, I have the bigliest brain. He doesn't tell everybody he's smart. He answers questions. If you ask him how big the universe is, he tries to answer. Because he's capable of doing that. His mind really functions in a way that does math,
The ink doesn't run on his certificates and degrees.
No. And somebody else didn't get him for him either, I heard.
Right. Okay.
Because of bone spurs. Anyway.
We digress.
To wrath.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Okay, here we go.
Retribution.
Wrath. So, wrath, by definition, is great anger that expresses itself in a desire to punish someone. So, let me just put this out there. We all judge people from time to time. However, most of us don't actively try to punish people. That's different. Your turn. Cheers.
We don't know anybody like that now, do we?
Punishing people? Let's see. We might. We don't know them personally.
I think you used the words
but they're around.
Isn't that like the big one? Or my favorite is perennial witch hunt. Anyways, okay.
Okay, we can't go on that big of a scale, but we can go on smaller scales.
So, yes, people who, I guess, if their pride is hurt and they continue to be envious, that can sometimes manifest itself in anger and a unfounded and certainly unwanted willingness to lash out at people.
Right. And there's what's called sexism.
Oh, ooh,
I'm a woman.
Yes.
And I've had men look down on me and tell me, because I'm a woman, I should be quiet, I should go home, I should cook, and I don't have a right to have an opinion. And that's kind of hard because each person, male or female, was given a brain. So since I was given a brain, I'm going to always have an opinion. So I don't know how to deal with people like that, other than there are times when I've been told this and this and that. And of course, I say whatever I want to say. Sometimes it's ugly, sometimes it's not. But I always mention the fact that I live in a free world, the United States. And in this world, I have a right to my opinion. I'm a woman and I have an opinion. So, there's other wrath too. It's called racism. Because we're different colors, we hate and punish. Throughout history of the world,
since the beginning
we
of
have murdered,
human,
we have raped, we have disenfranchised, we have stolen, all because we all have different melanin. This is melanin. This does not determine your education. This does not determine
your sex,
your
education, your sex, your intelligence.
I said intelligence.
Your ability to think, feel.
And if you take a knife and you cut both of us, we both run red.
Well, I don't know. My alien's kind of green on me, but
we're red. It's interesting. I'm going to tell you something
red.
that I used to do, because at one time I was in a nightclub with my girlfriend, and this guy walks up and he says, "Oh, I hear you guys are different." And we have you guys. And I'm like, "Oh," and I look to my girlfriend and I go, "It's one of them." And I go, "Yes, we are. We have different organs." This guy was so intrigued, he sat down, and I gave him a ration of crap.
Oh,
and I was waiting for him to call me on it, but he was still intrigued.
If only
so
I could have been there.
Took him down the yellow brick road. And this guy was just like, "Wow, I've learned so much from you," right? So then I got tired of it because I realized that I actually took him down the yellow brick road.
And he followed.
And I was like, "What?"
He followed. Cowardly Lion, Tin Man, and the Straw Man, all in one guy.
And the whole time my girlfriend's sitting there, and I swear, if they had Depends back then, she needed one.
No,
I mean, but she laughed, we laughed, and we left him there, pondering the fact that he thought that minority women were internally different from non-minority women. And that's what I've been dealing with. Not from everybody, but from the select few. It's been interesting. I wonder sometimes if I could go out and do that again. And then I turned on the television about 6 years ago, and I heard somebody say that we had a button to stop pregnancy.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm like, a button? I'm like, really? I'm like,
that was
okay.
That guy from Arkansas or Oklahoma or whatever. It was an actual politician. Yeah.
I shook my head and I thought to myself, my goodness, American education is not as good as I thought it was. In fact, at this moment in time, that I just saw on television went worldwide. And every other nation that has better education knew that they can conquer us then, because he was in power. Yeah. Face palm. Okay, so that's my wrath.
I kind of wanted to bow that because, clearly there are certain people out there that need to hear it from a white guy, I guess. You other entitled white people and white men especially. When it comes to the women component of it, what are you afraid of exactly?
Of my extra organs.
I mean, there's a job that needs doing or a this that needs doing, and people have qualifications. And if one of those qualifications, if a woman has the better qualifications than does the male counterpart looking for the same job, you hire the person with the better qualifications. You're there to make money. You're not there to be being a sexist, whatever. And the last time I looked, no human being was hatched, which means everyone on the planet came from a woman. Somewhere along the way, show some respect. I mean, the way that some places in this world treat women like chattel, and actually it's starting to creep into America, is just, not only is it offensive, it's mind-boggling to me. And just, not to take too much time, sliding quickly over to race, where it's the human race. Hello? Yeah, human race. It's not, color. It's race, human race. And we're all just different flavors of the same being. And I can guarantee you that if you take one of those little funky DNA tests, we're all from all over. There's a mix of, to quote the old line from Harry Potter, there's no half-blood mixed or whatever.
I always like to say, when you walk through the graveyard, you tell me who's white and who's black if you don't read the names.
You got that right.
And
even that doesn't matter.
Even that, with the melanin, I mean, if something's better than the other, how come this melanin isn't outliving this melanin?
Yeah.
If we're all so different and so special.
That's crazy.
I mean, if you take it down to its simplest element, we all live, we all bleed, we all suffer, we all cry, then we die. That's all I'm going to say.
We also,
There's more. Come on. I mean, wait.
Just looking at our battery, we're still going. We're cranking up.
Okay.
So, yes.
Next.
Okay. Yeah, we're really going down the tangents here. Okay. Lust. Yeah, you know it all. Lust.
Oh, my goodness.
Textbook definition: an intense, often uncontrollable desire for something. Most commonly for sexual gratification, but this could go into the old food gluttony, controlled desire for some Twinkies at midnight. But most commonly for sexual gratification, but also for things like power, money, or life itself, though it is often associated with selfishness and can lead to harmful action. Yes, because power, money, life itself. You get these people who will literally do anything. Lust. Lust. I looked over. I'm looking here. Lust. An intense, often uncontrollable desire for something, most commonly for sexual gratification, but could be anything. Okay. But also for things like power, money, or life itself, though it is often associated with selfishness and can lead to harmful action. Lust. Especially old lust for money, lust for sex. Lust causes people to do an awful lot of bad things.
Lust is one of those really strange ones for me, because lust means that you want something very, very badly, and only a certain amount of people have that uncontrolled desire. But most of us know the brakes, know the word no, and will stop. The reason why we have this is because they have no brakes. There's no doors that won't stop them. They keep going and going and going and harming and harming, because lust is also makes you insatiable. You cannot be satisfied.
Oh, you mean like those people that lust money and can never get enough of it? Like
And
billions
lust
and billions and billions?
children.
Oh, the
Sexual
people that can never
gratification
get enough children? Yes.
for
Yes.
being for pedophilia. There are also people out there that lust
Yep.
animals. They'll have sex with animals.
That's wrong.
And I don't even want to talk about some of the things that I've read because I may be too young for that.
I know I am.
No, stop. I may be too young. I'm not even joking. I've learned some new things from Pennsylvania. Just saying.
My God. Why is it that every time we hear the word Pennsylvania, something goofy comes out of there, like those three people with, I just... Needless
Anyway,
to say, PETA was involved.
Private jokes, yes. PETA was involved. And the ASPCA and...
I just
no
can't.
Well, no words. It's just... Anyway, but that all falls under
Farm.
the barnyard animal of lust. I'm just dropping a hint here, okay, people?
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
it's
So,
horrible.
or you can't have enough money. You lust for money. You lust for power.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I've noticed in my life is that people that have uncontrollable desire, you can never give them enough.
Never. No.
You can never fill the cauldron.
Mm-mm.
Never.
No.
So
Never fill the
those
void.
are the people that have to be stopped. The people that I gotta have.
Because they'll
But
go to...
look at the bodies they leave behind
Yep.
back then. They will run over your mother, their own children,
Yep.
right? Because they don't know the word no. And I say this because I see people going through life all the time, doing harmful things. When people say no, they keep doing it. And then they end up in a situation where they're shocked because they didn't understand the two letters, the N and the O. Simple as that. And I don't know if it's chemical. I don't know if it's a learned behavior. I'm not qualified to decide that. But I am qualified to know that most lustful people are abusive.
Yeah. I gotta have you out of existence. I gotta have.
Wait, where did you get that from? I gotta have you out of. I like that. I like that.
I've got to have you out of existence
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I've got to have everything and you can't have anything.
Right.
And so that translates into nothing for you and everything for me. And
even everything you have
take.
is never going to be enough.
Never going to
and
be
you're
enough.
not going to be happy because I took that. I could take more.
Yep.
I could take more.
One
I could take
island's
more.
not
And the
enough.
whole
I want
time.
3 islands. I want
Yeah.
15 mega yachts and 9 jets.
And I want 12 5-year-olds once a day.
Why is it that when people get a lot of money and power,
I've asked you this.
what is this with the
Baby
children?
raping. Yeah.
What is this with the baby raping? You know, the Epstein files. And I'm going to tell you something right now. There are a lot more powerful. I mean, yes, we it's ad nauseum on the television, so we all know who one person is, but there's got to be such a laundry list of powerful people in those files because it just seems like it's always just out of reach. It's always just out of reach.
It's sick.
It
because
is sick.
It's if the Epstein people, and I'm just going to put this out there, were raping boys, they never would have raped thousands of boys, I don't think. But since it's girls, I read a story one time in the newspaper, they still had those, where a 6-year-old was mercilessly raped to the point where she had to have surgery to repair her internally.
Just unreal.
And
Just unreal.
the argument was not to put the guy in jail. She was going to lose her virginity anyway.
Oh, man. Imagine if that's
Now,
your daughter. People.
I looked at the television, and of course I had tears in my eyes because a 6-year-old doesn't have any power to defend herself. Nothing. She was probably just playing in this horrible, horrible, disgusting human being decided to use her in a way that she was not even prepared for or even thought about. Yet, it was in court. I mean, he said many times that I don't know if we should take him to court anymore. Right?
Yeah.
And in some ways, I feel that way myself. I feel
executed in the street. That's my answer.
If you
Sorry,
take
folks.
advantage of somebody who is completely defenseless, and that is defenseless, if you're under the age and somebody takes advantage of you, I consider you defenseless. Boy, girl, barnyard animal. I gotta drop the mic for Pennsylvania.
That's right. And they've proven it. I mean, there's no curing these people.
I know. There's no curing
defective,
for child molesters. That is just what they're drawn to. So anyway, I'm going to move on from that because it does say sexual gratification. Yep. And I'm the one, because we started this with the Epstein victims.
We're kind of blurring all this together.
I know we are, but it's all...
It fits.
Because it does fit. Because, lust goes with greed, goes with wrath, and they all go with it. And usually people that are negative like this have a little bit of all of that in them.
And it feeds each one.
Yes, it does.
I mean, if you can't draw the line between these and how each one of them feeds each other, and then it's just a big cyclical thing where now you're in this cycle of all of these different things feeding, and this is, I think, why they keep going for more and more and more, because this feeds each other.
It does feed each other, but not all of them work well together.
Yeah,
because the reason why I say that, these are all negatives. So can you imagine how much hate that you must be walking around with if you have wrath, lust, gluttony, you have sloth, you're lazy, you're habitually greedy, you're jealous of everybody, and you have pride, you lie about who you are, right? Then you have the nerve, which is wrath, to be angry and punish people because you're not what you see on the television. Then you go to lust and you're trying to rape and control and steal money. I mean, yeah.
So you can feed your greed.
Yeah, so here we go.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
Number 7.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
Number 7.
And by the way, for all you people, out there, the Christian nationalists, the folks, you guys, those are from the Bible. The book you guys say you're reading. Mm-hmm. Actually, you know what? I would be willing to. It would be a very... Sorry, I didn't mean to pick on the Christian nationalists here, because my follow-on statement is it would be very interesting. And everybody would have to give an honest answer. Have they ever read the Bible? And I mean read, not this people standing around spouting scriptures. I mean,
I know
you only hear there's like 15 or 20 scriptures, and there's just an insane amount of pages in the Bible, and all you ever hear is somebody rapping off 12 or 13 different scriptures.
Yeah, but half the ones that I hear people using to harm others don't exist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are they talking about? He and I have read the Bible. Some of the stuff that they're doing is not in it. And I'm like,
a lot of the stuff they're doing is not in it.
I think in some ways people are using the Bible to justify their wrath, their lust, because I mean
their greed, their gluttony.
Greed and gluttony, everything, right?
I mean,
I'm watching people struggling on the street. I'm watching people homeless. I'm watching people, not have enough to eat. But I don't see a church out there feeding them.
That reminds me,
I didn't see the Christian nationals out there feeding them. I don't see anybody out there feeding them other than, organizations that are not Christian based. And I'm a little surprised.
Yeah.
I'm very, very, very surprised. Because when I was a kid, churches were out there doing what churches did, were to go out there and take care of the poor and the infirmed and hungry, and then they would spread their words, but they would make sure that you had enough. Now, I see churches with private yachts, private planes, big old mansions and everything, and asking people for money to come in when it's raining outside and flooding. I'm not going to say anything.
My donation to Joel Osteen.
I'm not going to say, well, he already just dropped Joel Osteen's name, but I just think it's sad. I did about 3 months ago. I wrote the Catholic Church. And
she did this.
I asked the Pope. Now, I said, I have a few questions for you. Why don't we ever see you out there, catering to people? And why has the church decided to protect pedophiles?
Mm-hmm.
And those were 2 questions on the list. I have never heard back from the Catholic Church.
Nope.
And I understand that they have a lot of people writing them. But I think 4 months is a long time for a single letter. And I didn't ask a lot of questions because I knew that, I was one of millions that probably have a lot of questions that need to be asked. But I at least expected something, because the world is suffering right now and people want answers. But if you're not there for answers, don't take their money. Don't take their money, and don't try to tell them that you have the answers when you're not there to answer in people's time of need. When the people out here are suffering and there's a Catholic church down the street that looks beautiful, freshly painted, gold everywhere, and they don't have any food or shoes on. That's what I thought church was about. I thought church was about community, was about helping each other. I must be wrong now, because I don't see that anymore.
As far as I'm concerned, churches haven't been doing a lot for a very long time, except taking people's money and giving them great advice of how to protect pedophiles.
What is it called? Tithing. A woman got kicked out because she couldn't afford tithing in one church.
Yeah.
And I know somebody.
And we're not even, it sounds like we're throwing the
No.
It's Catholic, Mormon, Baptist, pick your poison. They're all grubbing money.
Stop using your Bibles to harm others.
And rip everybody off.
There are so many dead people on the planet because you interpreted the Bible as a way to kill. Stop.
Yep.
Stop. The Bible is a book of love, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
It's a book of caring and sharing. It's not a book of, I'm going to kill you because I have a Bible.
Yep.
Just my opinion. We have one left, and it's my turn. Greed.
Well, we started into greed earlier. Give us the definition.
Yeah, but we ran out, so we have to do it again.
No, that was lust.
No, this is greed.
Okay, go for it.
This is our last one. An insatiable desire for material gain, be it food, land, money, social value, such as like power and all those kind of things. So greed does follow with lust, an uncontrollable desire, an insatiable desire. Something that can never be filled. The cauldron will never be filled.
We did talk about the can't be filled. These people can't be filled.
But it's one of the 7 deadly sins. They say lust and then greed. Social value, though. Status of power.
There are entirely too many people out there who are entirely too worried about what everybody else is thinking. As opposed to them fixing themselves. If you spend half the time on yourself that you do on worrying about what others think about you, what others think about you would be like, wow, that's a great person because,
you worked on yourself.
You worked on yourself and, you're an intelligent human being. I want to be around you. We want to have discussions, go have a beer, whatever you do. But if you're up and, worried about what everybody else has got going on. This social value, and some people collect that.
I know the
people collectors.
Social media now is like, how many people can I get to like me in clicks? Whereas I'm a little bit different. I'm like, what can I do to make somebody's day kind of better? And I don't know, I don't care about how many clicks I get so much so as if somebody smiles back. I thought to myself when I was, it was a few months ago, and everybody, when you get past the age of 20, 30, 40, you don't know how much time you have left. You really don't.
No.
And so I thought, if I'm dying, what is going to be, the most important thing to me as I'm laying there and my time is ending? I thought, if people remembered me and smiled, then I would have thought that I had a successful life. And smiling, because I do that a lot. I really do. You can ask him. I leave the house even when I'm so unhappy and sometimes, and I still have to remember that I wasn't put on this planet alone. I was put here with billions of other people, and I don't know what they're going through, but all I know is I don't want to be the person that makes it worse. I want to be the person that if I smile, maybe it just took a little bit off the top. That's the best I could do.
Pay a good mood forward. You may not be able to impact anybody's day, but just a quick smile.
So that's what I thought about as I'm ebbing. I'm like, I wonder how many people I made smile, And I hopefully, if they ever saw my face again, they would smile again. What would you think at the end? Because greed and social value to me is a little bit different. I don't strive for social value because I'm not a person that would hurt somebody. Or, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's like the opposite. So some people want social value for power.
Yeah.
And power means that either you use it positively or negatively. And there's no gray area there. Don't even try that crap with me. Either you're good or you're bad. It really is that way.
It's that simple.
Yeah.
I have two levels of happy. Short-term happy is the smiles on the face of all those people waiting for the Epstein files to come out. Yeah. Okay. And then long-term happy, I just want a happy wife, a happy family. Happy wife.
Aww.
Happy wife.
Nice.
Happy family. I just want to get up in the morning and do the things we want to do. Just, nothing fancy. Don't need to go walk out my front door and stomp on all everybody just so I can get what is perceived ahead. I just want to be able to, just enough to put food on the table, make the family, people are happy, people are feeling like they're valued, and we're, working towards common goals, things families do. I'll never understand these people, especially, these people who feel like they've got to stomp all over somebody to get ahead or to make themselves feel better. And social media, well, you've heard me say it in social media is a cesspool. It went from something very awesome in the beginning, connecting up with family members, long-lost friends, bantering, keeping in touch, catching up with people, to this utter pit of despair, of never-ending people attacking people, people defending themselves, people spending their entire day on this platform, trolling around looking for people to love them, like them. Give me some likes. Give me. How many views can I get? I mean, yes, we're doing a podcast. If we get 1 view, great. If we get 1 million views, even great. We're just putting our voice out there. If somebody agrees, let us know. If not, no big deal. We're not expecting to touch everybody. But this need to have everybody love you and everybody like you, greedy, gimme.
It's not possible. The interesting thing about the desire for attention is that kind of falls under one of the 7 deadly sins. The need for attention means that, to me, there's another emptiness there. Mm-hmm. That you need to be seen, that you don't have what you need inside of you, so you need to get it from others, right? So that attraction is very, very, very intoxicating to some people. Some people use it the right way to educate. We're teaching people, learning from them. It's exchange and it's amazing. But then some people use their power nefariously. You know, they go out and if they're not happy, they're going to make sure everybody else isn't happy. If they don't have something, they're going to make sure that nobody else does. If they're yearning for something, they're going to make sure that if somebody else has it, they're not going to feel so good about it.
Yep.
So this is what I call a negative individual or a negative influencer. And there's a lot of them out there.
They certainly outnumber the other kind.
You need to watch out for that type of person. The attention seeker that gently sucks you in, but the next thing you know, they're making you unhappy. Why is that? Because there's something amiss inside of them.
Because
something's broken inside of them.
Broken big time.
Something is torn up inside of them, and their need to be mean is way bigger than their need to be nice.
Bullies. There we go. I mean, that's what you just described a bully.
That's right. So,
okay.
Now that we've covered the 7 deadly sins
that are in the Bible
here on the Public Service Show, we're going to wrap it up with some more empathy for what the Epstein children went through.
Yeah.
And I'm going to continually call them children because I've heard them referred to in the press as women.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, any girl, boy, those ages are children.
That's right.
You can paint it any way you want to, but as far as I'm concerned, you're raping children.
Yep. I 100% agree.
And I am a child protector. So if I see you doing something wrong to a child, I'm going to turn you in. I don't care who I have to scream to, yell at. I don't care how many reports I have to file. Because you're a child rapist. Pedophile. And those poor children had to endure because the men were wealthy. More than a poor man could have gotten away with.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion. If he was poor, he'd have been locked up.
It's a fact.
Right.
They'd already be dead because this is what happens to child rapists in prison. The prisoners who have children, by the way, yeah, they don't put up with people like that. So, and she's better than I am because she'll call the authorities.
It's hard.
Let's not threaten people on the public service.
No, we're not threatening. No. But I'm telling you, there are laws. And I can't express to you enough, even though some people have this idea that a girl or a boy is just going through a moment, it is lifetime damage. It writes on who they are. And it never goes away. Consider taking a chalkboard and instead of using chalk, you used permanent ink. That's what you do when you abuse somebody. Yep. You write on them permanently. So don't think, they'll be over it. Because there's a lot of people out there that think that, they'll get over it. No, they don't. It changes them. And some not in a good way. They can't help it. Not everybody digests pain the same way. We all interpret it differently. We all react to it differently.
Yep.
We all express it differently. So don't expect everybody's road to go the same way because it just doesn't. If somebody's damaged in this way, we have to be more accepting.
Yes, we do.
And
I agree.
And have more empathy, because I've got boatloads of empathy, because I use my imagination, and I can't even imagine the horrors they went through. So
And I'm not going to try.
Right. I am. That way I'll always remember them, and I'll always care. I'll always care, you know?
I'll always care.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not going to try and put myself in their shoes, because I would think that, to me personally, that just does a disservice to them.
It does not, because it tells me, well, to me, I'm a woman, so
two different, yeah.
I do that because the passion and the protection are the same.
Yep.
You know, it makes me want to protect even more, take them all and protect them. I'm a mom. I have kids. You know, I can only imagine the horrors I would do if I saw somebody doing that to my child.
Yep.
That's why I feel that way. You know, women and men digest things differently.
Yep.
We react differently, and that's okay. That's not bad. We're still on the same page. We're protectors.
That's a good close.
Awesome. This is a public service show, and I am Sandra.
And I'm Kirk, and don't forget to go to thepublicserviceshow.org. And,
our message board, and let's talk. Let's talk.
Don't be afraid to share.